Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Antlers, Oklahoma, where we have game number 3 of the week due up here just in a few moments as your hometown Lindsay Leopards get set to go up against the Latta Panthers in the final game here in this 2023 Broken Bow tournament. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dodson and Robert Brooks. And guys, going to have a little bit of a wind issue here today, so bear with us if you're catching a little bit of feedback there. We're standing right into the teeth of this south would be what southeast wind here. So again, just kind of bear with us if you get a little bit of feedback from time to time. But looking forward to this one, partner. As we were talking kind of off air, Latta, this is what they do, Eric. They're a baseball, they're a baseball school. This is their bread and butter. Obviously they do play other sports, but they take a lot of pride in their baseball program, and this is going to be a fun one to call.
Yeah, Jay, their program, all their athletic programs revolve around baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And, it seems like every year Latta has 2 to 3 guys going D1 playing somewhere in college. So it's a well-run program. They're consistent. They're coached right. They're trained right. And they're going to be fundamentally sound, and the competition is going to step up a little bit today.
Yeah, and talking about Latta, this is a team I was kind of creeping on them a little bit ago, to see if we could find anything out about them. I checked Max Preps. Max Preps has them at 0-0 right now, says that they hadn't played a game. We're midway through March. I find that hard to believe that Latta hadn't already played a baseball game. So if I was a betting man, I would bet that they have. But as far as the record goes, we don't really have anything to go off of just yet. But again, this is a Latta program that this is what they do. Again, this is their bread and butter. This is what they take a lot of their pride in, and it's baseball. And as you mentioned, they're going to be coached up right. They're going to be fundamentally sound across the board. And from time to time, there are the select few that get to venture on and go play, big boy baseball.
Yeah, it seems like every year they have a few that are able to do that. Latta, it seems like every year they're competing for, I believe they're Class A.
Mm-hmm.
They're competing for a Class A, state championship year in and year out. And this is going to be a fun game to watch. I'm not going to say that Latta's going to come in here and beat us, because I think we have a team that's going to go a long way towards that state championship this year myself.
Yeah.
And we got a good team that can probably beat them. We're just going to have to play good, make minimal mistakes, and make the best of our opportunities.
Well, and real quick, let's talk about Lindsay. They let one slip away from them there last night in Idabel against the Eufaula Ironheads. That was a ball game that at one time Tucker Morris had a 3-run lead in that ball game. And Eric, we said it off air. You give Tucker Morris a 3-run lead, that kid almost becomes unhittable. And I'll be darned if not the second time through the lineup for the Ironheads, they figured Tucker out, kind of got to him a little bit, started making a little bit of contact. Nothing big off of Tucker, just played a little bit of small ball and found themselves, chiseling away at that 3-0 lead, got back into it, actually tied the ball game up. And then, they make a pitch and change. Ramage comes into the ball game. They get to him, and all of a sudden, Lindsay finds themselves down 7-3 in that ball game. Credit Lindsay and Coach Edwards and Coach Lowry. Whatever they said to those guys, they made a comeback, knotted it up at 8 apiece, actually. And then Eufaula got the job done there in the bottom of the 7th via the walk-off after a hard-hit shot over towards Tucker Morris, who was at second at the time. Wouldn't probably have been able to make a play there at home. It was just it was a well-placed ball, and it was going to be a tough play for Tucker. But that you hate to have that. We didn't get to interview Coach Edwards after the ball game, but I was walking back in and I spoke with him briefly right there, kind of crossing the little bridge, walking out to the parking lot. And he said, Jake, that's a tough one to swallow. You hate to lose a ball game like that. If you could move to 2-0 and then you come into this one today and the possibility of running the board going 3-0 this weekend, that's something to kind of build off of. And it's like he said, right after he mentioned all that, he said, got to bounce back tomorrow morning. He said, that's the name of the game, and he said, I think we got the group to come back and bounce back and get the win here tomorrow. So,
yeah. And you pull off a win against a team like Latta, you're going to be able to feed off of that.
Yeah.
And start your season off the right way and have the momentum going your way. Even though they did lose last night to a good Eufaula team.
Yeah.
By 1. If you can come back here this morning and beat Latta, yeah, I think that springs you forward into getting ready for league play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So, well, with all that being said, we'll take us a quick break, get a drink of water here. We're just a few minutes away from getting this third and final game of the Broken Bow tournament kicked off and underway. So stay tuned, everybody, back at home. We will have live action for you here coming up just in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back here to Antlers, Oklahoma, where we are just about ready to get this one finally underway as we've been waiting patiently here for the umpires to arrive, and they have showed up finally, and we're just a few minutes, should be a few seconds away from getting this thing kicked off here as the Leopards will go up against the dangerous Latta Panthers. And again, Eric, just real quick, this is Latta. This is what they do. They're a baseball program through and through, and this one should be a lot of fun as your hometown Leopards take the field there. Real quick, I will run through the starting lineup for the Latta Panthers. To lead things off here will be, and all I have is last name, so bear with me here. Lead things off here for the Panthers will be number 3, Abbott, followed by number 5, Goodwin, number 17, Price, number 25, Smith, number 18, Miller, number 22, Littlefield, number 10, Stewart. He will be in the DH spot. Number 11, Wolf, number 4 is Fortner, and number 12 is Lamarck. On the bump for the Panthers will be number 1, Hudson. On the bump for the Leopards, as you can tell, that is Brody Ramming. And behind the plate will be Ty Ferguson. Third base will be Tucker Morris. Shortstop, none other than Bentley Kessler. Second base will be Aiden Ramage. Bo Blankenship over at first. Daniel Ponce out and right. Mitchell Henson in center. And left field will be...
Is that Brody Klein?
Looks like, yep, that's Brody Klein out there in left field. So that's your starting lineup for both squads. I believe Kessler will lead things off for the Leopards in the bottom half of the first inning, followed by Ty Ferguson and then Tucker Morris. And looking at the size of the 3-hole hitter here for the Panthers, Price, pretty good size youngster. The head coach for the Latta Panthers is Coach Atkinson, assistant coach, Coach Birch. Your head coach for the Lindsay Leopards will be Dan Edwards, and assisted by Lowry.
And Coach Smith. Don't forget Coach Smith.
Yes, that is right. I apologize, Riley. My fault, buddy. Riley Smith, who's doing a little bit of student coaching. Oh, good to have him back, part of the Leopard program. So here we go. First pitch. I was going to throw it, but had a handshake there from the batter first. So here we go. Brody Ramming set to deliver. We are underway as that one clips the inside corner for strike 1. Again, this is Abbott leading things off here for the Panthers. Pitch. Misses just out. Oh, check that. He calls it a strike.
I was going to say, that was
count.
right down the middle. If he needs help, I'll help him, Jake. I'm standing right behind him back here.
So 0-2 here to Abbott. The 0-2 swung on. Hard hit ball down the line. That's going to be fair. Could be extra bases here for Abbott. Let's see. Nope, check that. He's going to retreat back over to first. Good hustle out there in right field by Dan Ponce. Able to get that one and get it back in. Just pretty good placement there. Nothing Bo Blankenship could really do. Just
there's a rocket down the baseline there. No one is going to get to that one.
So that'll bring up number 5, 2-hole hitter. This is Goodwin, as Abbott resides over at first. Shows bunt, puts down a bunt down the third baseline. Tucker Morris fields it, throws over to first. Throws it away as runners will advance. The runner will advance over to second. Misfire from Tucker Morris there at third base.
You can't make mental mistakes like that against a team like Latta, and it's going to be hard to recover.
So that'll bring up 3-hole hitter. This is number 17. This is Price. Runners at second and third. Nobody out here. Top half of the first. Ramming with the delivery. Just missed. Ball 1. Price settles back in. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to be high and inside for ball 2. Yeah, and Eric, as you were saying during the the pregame we had there, you got to minimize your mistakes, especially against a Latta team that is obviously fundamentally sound across the board and coached up really, really well, and Coach Atkinson. So got it a little bit of a bind here. Nobody out, runners at second and third. Let's see if Brody can dig his way out of this jam. 3-0 the count here to Price. 3-hole hitter. And that one clips the outside corner for strike 1. So make it a 3-1 count.
Inside heat.
There's a 3-1. That's exactly what it was. Inside fastball. Moves it to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Price will see a payoff pitch as Ferguson calls time.
We'll make sure they're on the same page with this pitch.
Yeah, very, very important pitch here, too.
Yeah, early in this game, it's a pretty important pitch coming up.
Ferguson and Ramming talk things over there. And obviously is just between them two, as nobody else from the infield trotted in to get in on the conversation. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third here. Nobody out. Top half of the first inning. Ramming set to deal. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. First strike out of the morning here for Brody Ramming. Big time out.
Yep.
Needed that one. That'll bring up cleanup hitter. 4-hole, number 25. This is Smith. That one's in the dirt. Good dig there by Ferguson. Keeps it from coming all the way back here to the backstop. Keeps that runner over there at third. Want to know the count. Good pitch there. Clips that inside corner. 1-1 the count now. Still no score here. Panthers threatening, however. Good pitch. Makes it count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's throwing it right there in that gray area at the knees. It's coming across the plate, no problem, but those batters wanting them a little bit higher.
Right. And did he go? Ring him up, set him down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brody Ramming to record the second out of the inning, and that's a big time out as well, partner.
And the last 2 batters, he went 3-0 2 batters ago, and then threw an outside strike, and then he baited them with that, and then came back with him with the inside heat, inside fastballs, and that's how you got the last 2 batters.
That brings up the 5-hole hitter. This is number 18. This is Miller.
You start out inside there, just a little bit too much inside.
Yep. That one misses for ball 1. That'll be low and inside for ball 2.
Outside right here.
A little slow roller over to Blankenship at first. Ramming has to cover and does just that. And the Leopards able to get out of the jam after having runners at second and third. Latta will leave them stranded. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. No score. Kessler due up next for the Leopards. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Antlers, Oklahoma. Due up first here for the Leopards, Bentley Kessler, as Lamarck will be on the bump here for the Panthers. First pitch, misses high. 1-0 the count to Kessler.
You know, this field's kind of configured a little bit different than most.
It is.
Usually your left field and right field lines are close to the same. Here, and then, of course, center field's usually the deepest spot. But you got 320 down the left field line, third base line.
Yeah, you're 320 down left.
And then you got 290 down the first base line down to right field. And it's just 340 straight away to deep center field.
Usually you see the 350s or, even a 375 occasionally at the high school level to center field. But as you said, this one's 340, left center's 325, right center's 320, and then down the right field line, 290. So you got to figure, Ferguson, Bo Blankenship, Clayton Sanders, all could pull something down that line and end up, knocking one out of here as Kessler draws the leadoff walk. And here comes Ty Ferguson. He does have the big 3-run homer back on Monday.
Right down that third base line where it's only 290. I meant first base line where it's on 290 feet.
Yep.
And two, I mean, there's some guys with, at Tucker Morris, Kessler is another one of them that have opposite field power as well. So that's something to pay attention to here today. As Kessler gets a lead over at first, draws the leadoff walk. Lamarck to deal to Ferguson. The pitch, that'll miss outside. So Lamarck has thrown 5 consecutive balls here to start off. Good lead over at first. That pitch clips that outside corner. One to Ferguson. Throw back over to first, not in time.
And that's what Latta will try to do. They'll try to get you any which way they can.
Yep. 1-1 misses well outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Ferguson digs back in. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Bottom half of the first. Kessler resides at first. That pitch missed it. Oh, check that. Caught the outside corner for strike 2. The 2-2. Kessler goes, throw down. As they're going to say they got him on the foot. And then, Eric, as you just said, Latta will try to get their outs any way they can. Don't do it just at the plate. They'll throw you out in the field.
Yep.
Initially, I thought Kessler got underneath that tag. So now reset here. 3 balls, 2 strike to count here to Ferguson. Here comes the payoff pitch. That'll miss high. Back-to-back walks from Lamarck as Ferguson trots down to first, and that brings up the dangerous Tucker Morris for the Leopards, 3-hole hitter.
That's why you hate to see you try to steal on a count like that early and with no outs. One more pitch, and he gets to take second base anyway.
Yep.
Of course, I understand why they're trying to do it. They're trying to get rid of that force out at second.
Right.
You can't fault them for anything. It's just good play by that catcher.
Yeah, he was
and that shortstop.
Basically trying to eliminate that double play opportunity.
Yeah.
So Morris digs in. Ferguson over at first. That pitch clips the corner. Called strike 1. Morris digs back in. 0-1 the count to Tucker. That one's in the dirt. Ferguson will take off. Throw down. Not in time, as Ferguson has plenty of speed to get there.
Ferguson was on top of it. As soon as he saw it
Yeah.
hit the ground, he was gone.
Yeah, that throw from Fortner there wasn't quite as on target as that other one where they picked Kessler off there at second. So Ferguson now resides at second. 1-1 the count here to Tucker Morris. The 1-1 swung on and missed for strike two. One out away here, bottom half of the first, no score. Morris digs back in.
Curveball outside.
Lamarck to deal. That one's in the dirt for ball two.
He's gone to a curveball heavy pitching routine here.
Mm-hmm. So 2-2 the count now to Tucker. That one in on the hands. Slow roll over to second, see if he can dig it out, and the second baseman throws it away, and that'll score Ty Ferguson all the way from second. And Tucker Morris will end up at second now after the throwing error. Goodwin made a nice play on the ball, just wasn't able to gather himself and make a good throw over to first, throws it away. So credit the error to him. That brings up Bo Blankenship, who we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Obviously has the power to make this a 3-0 ball game here. That short right field, 290 feet down that first baseline. Blankenship digs in. Nobody holding Morris at second. Gets back a little. Lamarck checks him. Misses well outside.
Breaking ball didn't break for him.
Mm-mm. Never moved.
That's what Bo's going to have to contend with when that breaking ball comes over. It's going to be breaking right into his hands.
Yeah. Unless Lamarck hangs one, and then that's where Blankenship tees off.
That's the second one that's hung.
Yep.
Here comes one across the plate.
Yeah, 2-0 the count here to Bo. That one misses outside. 3-0. Now you're starting to wonder, is Lamarck just missing his target, or is he just trying to stay away from, giving Bo anything to tee off on?
It's hard to say. Edwards, I'm sure, is having him take this pitch no matter what.
Yeah, 3-0. Does clip the outside corner.
There's your freebie. Now he's going to have to pitch again.
Yep. 3-1 to count. Morris still over at second. 3-1 misses. Third walk of the inning here by Lamarck. Leopards on top, 1-0 here. Ferguson scored from second after the throwing error by Goodwin over at second. Coach Atkinson wants to talk about it here. That's not what you really want to see. Bottom half of the first inning, your coach going out and having a talk with your pitcher.
No, but they're not too concerned. They got more behind this kid waiting.
Yeah.
Just going to tell him to settle down, try to get back in the strike zone.
Yeah, get back in your groove, do your thing, So that'll bring up Ramage. Runners at first and second for the Leopards. Already on top, 1-0. That pitch gets all the way back here to the backstop, and that will advance the runners over to second and third.
I can kind of see what this pitcher's going to try to do. Ramage is a little bit off the plate more than normal.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to paint that outside corner away from him. He tried to do it there, but just got out away from him there. Ramage scooted up a little bit there.
Lamarck to deal. That one's in the dirt, and that'll score Tucker Morris from third. 2-0 Leopards.
What a great start for the Leopards. You know, they got in a jam in the top half of the first inning, and Brody Ramming was able to bail them out with great pitching.
Yeah.
And now the bats are starting to come alive. We're up to
it
2-0 with only one out.
Very easily could have been a 2-0 ball game with Latta leading.
Yes.
The situation they were in. No outs with runners at second and third in that top half of the first. But as you mentioned, Ramming able to pitch himself out of a jam. That pitch is well inside.
Ramage turned and was ready to take it.
So 3-0 here to Ramage. Bo Blankenship hanging out down the third baseline here. Leopard's still threatening with just one out away here, bottom half of one. Ramage digs back in the 3-0, and that will miss. Nearly got him in the ear. He ducks under it, so 4 walks in the inning here for Lamarck. As that'll bring up Brody Ramming here with runners on the corners, just one out away. Leopards lead 2-0.
Just feel like Ramming just wanted to swing him out of the way from knocking one over.
Well, and two, I mean, he's got that opposite field power, but I think he's probably got the power, too, to drive one down this left field line, even into the breeze.
Yeah.
That one misses high for ball 1. Brody digs back in. Runners on the corners. Lamarck to deal. That one called strike 1. So 1-1 to count here to Brody. Throw back over to first, not in time.
Ramage has a top button or two undone. Look like he got the honky tonk. I bet that thing's full of dirt now.
The pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. Somebody will probably have to go tramping through the cemetery to find that one.
Eric, I doubt those pearl snaps are on that shirt, though. That reminded me of that Jason Boland song.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Ramming. Pitch. There's that opposite field, but that is going to drift foul and out of play.
The wind, it was on its way over, and the wind caught it.
You sure about that?
And pushed it about 30 yards. See that flag standing straight out.
So we'll reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here to Ramming. Runner still at the corners. Lamarck to deal. That one's in the dirt as Ramage will take off to first. Obviously no throw there from the catcher down to second. Fortner knows better. So now runners at second and third for the Leopards. Still just one out here. 2-2 the count to Brody. Two on its way. Hard hit ball towards short. Checks his runner, throws over to first. He'll get Ramming, but he will score Blankenship from third. So you'll take that.
Yep, did his job at the plate.
Yep.
Put the ball in play and got one in.
Bring up Clayton Sanders as Ramage is now over at third. This is another one that's got some big bat potential here. If Lamarck hangs something across the middle of the plate, Sanders is capable of teeing it off.
Ooh.
That was
He's not going to get a better pitch than that one.
called strike one. 0-1 the count now to Sanders.
Like it came out of the pitching machine.
Lamarck shook him off the first time. Let's see what this is. Down the chute. Slow roller to short. Throw back over to first in time for the third out of the inning. But Leopards do a little bit of damage, get 3 across there in the bottom half of the first. They lead 3-0. We'll get ready to start the top half of the second after this break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back here as Ramey is set to deal here. Leading things off for the Panthers, 6-hole hitter number 22. This is Littlefield. First pitch called strike, so 0-1 the count to Littlefield as he digs in. Ramey set to deal. Hard hit ball down the first baseline. Blankenship bobbles it momentarily, but keeps it in front of him. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the top half of the second. That'll bring up 7-hole hitter. This is number 10. This will be Stewart. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Inside heat right there. Speaking of heat.
Yeah, I'm back.
I was going to say something about needing some heaters as Stewart fouls that one straight back into us here. 0-2 the count to Stewart. Ramey set to deal. The pitch, that misses high for ball 1. I think he's trying to get Stewart to
go out there and chase it.
Yeah, go chasing a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now. That one misses outside for ball 2. Stewart's worked it back to a 2-2 count. Here comes the 2-2. Right down Broadway. Ring him up, set him down. 3rd strikeout of the morning here for Ramey. It's probably not morning time anymore, is it? What are we?
It feels like it out here.
It's 11:57, so technically still morning. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter for the Panthers. This is number 11. This is Wolf. got him on the hand. So Wolf will trot down to first, shakes that one off. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter. This is the catcher, number 4. This will be Fortner.
Got him on the elbow first. Then got his hand. Got him twice.
Either way, I bet that stings, especially the kind of weather we're in right now.
Yeah. I can't think of any kind of way I'd want to be hit with the fastball.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But you're right. It being cold makes it way worse.
There is something different about it, though. It hurts a little bit more when it's a little bit chilly outside.
Just a little bit different.
As Fortner digs in here, 9-hole hitter. Pitch that misses low. Ferguson lost it momentarily, but Wolf didn't take off.
He's still nursing that wrist. It's hurting.
Guarantee you. Ramming checks his runner. Here's the 1-0. That one's spooled back out of play. Fortner, he's a smaller catcher, but obviously has some bat speed. You've seen it right there. That pitch misses high. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to Fortner. Leopards lead 3-0 here. Throw back over to first. As Wolf gets down in time. Pitch, hard hit ball over towards Ramage there at second, able to corral it, throws over to Blankenship at first, and the Leopards able to get out of the inning there with no harm, no foul, still lead 3-0. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. After these messages, don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Antlers, Oklahoma. Bottom half of the second inning. Leopards lead 3-0. Due up here to lead things off. Number 4, the speedster center fielder, Mitchell Henson. As Lamarck and Fortner still having a conversation out there on the hill. Here we go. Now we're ready. Henson digs in. Pitch called strike one. Good pitch there from Lamarck. Like you said earlier, with Sanders, Henson might not see another pitch that good the rest of this at bat. That one, high heat, swung on and missed for strike two.
This is where Mitchell gets good, though, when the pressure's on.
Yep. Now, the one that stands out to me was that one yesterday that was low and away, and he slapped it down the third baseline. Good curveball there. Ring him up, set him down. Lamarck records his first strikeout of the morning here. That one fooled Henson. He initially ducked, thought that was coming right at him, and it curved back across.
Well, the catcher kind of messed with it, too. He set up outside,
Yep.
and that ball came right inside.
So that'll bring up number 7, the right fielder. This is Daniel Ponce. That one right down Broadway for strike one.
Yeah, they recognize he's throwing them right down the pipe first pitch. Trying to get ahead of the count early.
Yeah. As Lamarck steps off here. That one. Good pitch there from Lamarck. 0-2 the count here to Ponce. Delivery. High blooper over towards first, as first baseman will settle under it to retire Ponce. Now back to the top of the lineup. This will be Bentley Kessler.
And Jake, you'd mentioned earlier how cold it is. I want to pop up on the screen here a picture of the Kleins and their little tent that they brought with them. So for the folks out there watching, if you ever go to a ball game, you definitely want to go with the Kleins because they come prepared.
Now, does BC, does he have a little heater in the floor of that tent, or are they
he's got a bunk bed in there and refrigerator.
Hard hit ball down the third baseline. That'll drift foul. Very nearly got into the back of one of the vehicles. So
it's since this thing started, he's thrown. That's his the 8th strike in a row.
That's 6AB's 8th consecutive strike.
Jake, I checked BC. He's over there heating up a TV dinner in his microwave right now.
As Kessler spools that 0-2 out of play. Is it a hungry man that he's warming up, or is it like a
No, lean cuisine.
Okay,
he's working on his physique.
That's right. Kessler digs back in 0-2, and that went off the hands there for foul ball. Count will stay 0-2. 2 outs away here, bottom half of the second. Leopards 8-9-1 hitters. See if Kessler can work back into this at bat here. Down 0-2. Lamarck to deal. Hard hit ball. That'll get through for a 2-out single. So there's your base runner. So that'll bring up Ty Ferguson. Ferguson digs in. Kessler down at first. Lamarck to deal. Hard hit ball. Nice play out at short there. My goodness. Thought he actually caught that on the fly, but one hopped into his glove there, so the Panthers able to get out of the inning. Leopards still lead, however, 3-0. We'll go to the top half of the third inning after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Top half of the third inning here. Set to lead things off here for the Panthers. Will be their leadoff hitter. This is number 3, Abbott. Leopards still lead 3-0. Abbott settles in. And not sure who's controlling the music. But they finally got it stopped, so Abbott digs back in. Pitch. Good pitch there from Ramey, called strike 1.
But he just barely painted that front corner of that plate.
Yeah, that's tough for a righty to get out that far and try to put the bat on the ball there. So that one's fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play. So 0-2 the count quickly here to Abbott. The 0-2, Ferguson sets up well outside. Hard hit ball out towards center field. Henson able to get there and track it down. What would have definitely had been extra bases if that one would have got down. But the speedster and Henson out there at center able to track it.
The ball flew off the bat, but Mitchell was flying as soon as he saw the ball.
Yep.
Leave the bat. He was on it.
So to bring up 2-hole hitter number 5, this is a good one. That one misses inside.
That'd have hit me right in the gut if I had been batting. Grazed him a little.
So 1-0 to Abbott. 2-0 to Abbott.
I just caught that one there.
Good one. I apologize. Thank you. That one spooled down the right field line and out of play. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out away here, top half of the third. Leopards still lead 3-0. Here comes the 2-1. Little liner down the first baseline. It's Bo Blankenship. Made an effort, couldn't get to it. So that one drifts just foul. Count runs to 2-2 here. They're cheap. As Raming's calling for another ball.
It's that special ball we had imported in here.
It's the one that Brody scuffed up. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything.
So the 2-2 to Goodwin. Hard hit ball out towards shallow right. That'll get down in front of Ponce. A good piece of hitting there from Goodwin. Able to get on base. That'll bring up 3-hole hitter. This will be Price. Price digs in. Ramming with the delivery. Swung on and tipped for strike 1. Might keep an eye on Goodwin down at first. He looks like he might have a little bit of speed to him.
He's waiting for his opportunity here.
So that one will miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One is spooled straight back towards us here. Makes the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goodwin goes, throw down, not in time. as the 5'7" Ferguson had a hard time throwing over the 6'2" Price there. You can't blame Price, though.
Nope. That's his job.
That's I was fixing to say. That's his job. Just stand there and make that catcher throw it over the top of you. Make it difficult on him. So Goodwin now with the stolen base resides down at second. 2-2 the count. That one misses inside for ball 3. Here comes the payoff pitch. That'll miss inside for ball 4. So Price will draw the walk. That'll put runners at first and second. Brings up the 4-hole hitter. That's a Smith.
This is a little reminiscent of the first inning, guys.
Yep.
That one in on the hands and actually went off the foot. What's considered a foul ball. 0-1 the count now to Smith.
We got him crippled now.
I'm telling you, that stings too.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So Smith digs back in. Runners at first and second. 1 out away here. Throw down to second. Nearly able to get Goodwin.
If that pitch is a little bit more inside, he got him.
A reset here. 0-1. Here it comes. That one is fouled for strike 2. Oh, 0-2 the count. 1 out away here. Bottom 3. Brody walks Goodwin back over to second.
Nice turn 2 right here. Get out of this inning.
That pitch will miss outside. Yeah, Leopards need a ground ball here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Smith. Ramming checks Goodwin over at second. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, right back up the middle. Kessler, the 6. Able to get the runner over at first, turning the unassisted 6-4-3 double play, and that's exactly what the Leopards needed to get out of that inning there to retain that lead of 3-0. So, we'll take us a quick break here, catch our breath. We'll be back right after these messages with more Leopard baseball. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Set to lead things off here for the Leopards. Tucker Morris, 3-hole hitter, bottom half of the third inning. That pitch will miss high for ball one.
Well, first ball was not a strike, so.
Yeah, that last half inning, Lamarck, what was it? He threw 8 consecutive strikes as Morris fouls that one off out of play down the right side. Yeah, Lamarck looked really good that last half inning.
He missed on the first one, but he came back and did it right down the middle.
Might be settling into his rhythm, into his groove here. So that one misses. Actually bounced up over the top of us. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Tucker. Due up next is Bo Blankenship. 2-1, swung on, fouled straight back into the chest of the umpire. Makes the count 2-2. That one fouled straight back at us. Two the count. Leopards still lead 3-0, bottom 3. That pitch misses outside for ball 3.
All right, Tucker. You're due, buddy.
Horse digs back in. Here comes the payoff pitch from Lamarck. That'll miss high for ball 4, so Tucker will draw the leadoff walk.
Good at bat.
And I'd like to make a correction on that name, Jake. Just got a message from one of the parents. It's Lamac. And I thought it was Lamarck, too. We're reading off of the lineup that we were provided from
Lamac.
But it does look like Lamarck on there, but it is Lamac.
Oh. Appreciate that.
Robert, a league of their own.
Yes. We should have made that a trivia question for today.
Yep. Think about those trivia. Google runs a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that local sports trivia, it don't ruin that.
Blankenship, Morris slides back in over at first. Blankenship's at the plate. Lamac is the pitcher, not Lamarck. So my apologies to that youngster.
He's pitched a good game.
Absolutely. Just giving up the 3, and then he's been pretty good since. So that one clips the outside corner for a strike. Throw back over to first. Morris slides in safely. 1-1 the count still here to Blankenship. That misses outside. Makes count 2-1 to Bo. Close play over there at first.
It's close every time.
That one down the left field line should get down into foul territory. It does just that. So Blankenship will see another pitch here. So Blankenship settles in. 2-2 the count to him. Morris still residing at first. Pitch right back up the middle. That will get down in front of the center fielder as Blankenship with the single. Good piece of hitting there from Bo.
You know, Bo does that. He does that little thing with his fingers when he gets up there ready to bat. He
kind of wiggles his fingers.
And that's when you know he's getting serious, guys.
So Ramage will be up next. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out here. Ramage is showing bunt for the time being. Fouls that one off. Just trying to advance Morris over to third, get him into scoring position.
Bo was looking over at Coach like, how come he didn't tell me he was button? They're on the same page now.
So 0-1 the count here to Ramage. That'll miss outside. 1-1 the count.
It worked. This first baseman still sucked in tight. Which creates a bigger gap between first and second base.
Right. Here comes the 1-1 from Lemack. It's fouled back. Make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Basic. 2 strikes.
Lemack set to deal. Swung on into the dirt as that will retire Ramming. Or I did it again. Ramage as Ramming is due up. Runners do advance, however.
Takes the force out.
Yes. Big opportunity here for Brody. Is that one will miss outside for ball 1? Morris down at third. Blankenship out at second. Pitch to Ramming. Skies it straight up. Lemack calls for it. Settles under it for the second out of the inning. That brings up number 22. This is Clayton Sanders.
Need to find the gap here.
Yes. Or those trees out there along right field. So that one's fouled back here. 0-1 the count to Clayton. Mac backs off. That one fouled away. 0-2 the count now to Sanders. Leopards don't want to leave base runners stranded here.
No, not two in scoring position.
That pitch misses outside for ball one. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sanders. A fly ball out towards right field. Should be, nope, not caught, as that one will end up foul. Right fielder couldn't corral it. Yes. So a long foul ball there. Sanders will dig back in. Eric, were you hearing what I was hearing? It sounded like somebody was snoring.
Yep. Exactly what that
I
was.
think the other one with the hot mic was catching him a couple of Z's over there. Hard hit ball out towards right field. And this time he's able to pull it in for the third out of the inning. So the Leopards do leave a couple stranded. Still lead 3-0. We'll go to the top half of the fourth inning here. Right after these messages, don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Antlers, Oklahoma, where your Lindsay Leopards are up 3-0 on the Latta Panthers. First pitch from Brody Remming is strike one. 0-1 pitch. Going to be fouled back out of play, strike two. Oh, 2 pitch from Ramming. Outside, ball one. Pitch is outside and low. Make her count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind's starting to pick up. Two pitches fouled out of play. So we're in the top of the fourth inning. Leopards up 3-0 over the Latta Panthers. No outs. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout by Brody Ramming.
Should be his, third of the afternoon?
Yep.
No, fourth.
Fourth, I think.
So that was Miller that went down via the strikeout. That'll bring up 6-hole hitter. This is number 22, Littlefield. 1 out away here, top half of the fourth inning. Pitch just a bit high. 1-0 the count to Littlefield. That one fouled out of play. One to count. Pitch gets behind Ferguson into the backstop for ball 2. Here comes the 2-1. Out of clip the corner for strike 2. So we'll make it 2-2 to number 22. Littlefield backs out. Here comes the 2-2. Clips that outside corner, ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 5 on the afternoon for Brody Ramming. Just froze him right there, partner.
Yep. He thought I should swing, and then he started to, and I'm not sure, and then strike 3.
So that brings up Stewart, 2 outs away here in the fourth. That one fouled straight back behind us. Out of play. Finally got a little bit of sunshine now.
It's a little bit more tolerable.
Helps warm up a little.
Wind straight out of the southeast just about now.
Yes.
That's better than the northeast.
Time here. Somebody, the other teams over there practicing, had a ball get into the field of play. 2 more games coming up next after this one's wrapped up. Called strike there. 0-2 the count to Stewart.
He's cutting the front corner of that plate.
Yeah.
It's not covered. The ball's not going over any other part of the plate, the front corner. Very well placed.
So here comes the 0-2 from Brody. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 6 on the afternoon. Leopards still lead 3-0. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Antlers, Oklahoma, where Mitch Henson is set to lead things off here, bottom half of the fourth inning, as Henson actually says, hey, that caught me on the elbow there. Not the case.
You okay, Mitchell?
Want to know the count to Mitchell.
I get my first aid kit.
That one called strike. You see Coach Edwards down the third baseline kind of shake his head like, okay. Henson digs back in. Lamack to deal. Little blooper over towards second. It's going to be a tough play. Henson can fly, but Goodwin out there at second, able to get the job done.
Good hustle by Henson. Probably went just a little bit too far. Good play by the second baseman there.
Yeah. Well, that was Goodwin there at second, and we mentioned him earlier as he does have the stolen base for the Panthers. He's got some speed to him. Obviously a hot glove as well. That first pitch there, strike to Daniel Ponce. Yeah, Lamack has really, I think he's found his rhythm after that first half of that first inning there. Or the second inning, whichever inning it was, where the Leopards got their three. Just really hadn't settled in yet. But ever since then, I mean, he's been tough for the Leopards to hit. 1-1 the count here to Ponce. The pitch. And that one will miss. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. Ponce digs back in. Lamack to deal. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 2-2 the count now. 1 out away here, bottom 4. Leopards lead 4-0. Excuse me, 3-0.
Mentioned Daniel Ponce is a 2-time All-Stater of cross country.
That one swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down as Lamack has his second strikeout of the afternoon. So back to the top of the order here for the Leopards. This will be Bentley Kessler. Speaking of a college signee, Kessler going to go play some college football when his career's done here with the Leopards.
Headed to Truman State, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And both of these young
Good
men,
curveball there.
both Ponce and Kessler, made their announcements on our program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and by no means are we failing to mention the other 2 signees in Tucker Morris and Clayton Sanders, who they're going to move on to play college baseball over at Redlands. So they just had their mind made up. They did their signing a little bit before we was ready to host them. So definitely wish those guys best of luck moving forward, though. Got a long baseball season ahead, though. Kessler digs in, 1-1 to count. Swung on and missed.
Gonna be a nasty pitch here, boys.
See if Kessler can make contact here. Lamack starting to find himself. Swung on and missed. Gets past the catcher. We'll have a throw down to first. Fortner able to get the job done and throw him out down the first base line. So, Leopards unable to get anything there. Good pitching by Lamack. Going to the top half of the 5th. Leopards lead 3-0. We'll take us a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Set to lead things off here. 8-hole hitter. This is number 11. It'll be Wolf. Shows bunt. Called strike one. Leopard still leads 3-0. Did all their damage there in the second inning. As we mentioned, Lamack has been dealing ever since. So Wolf tries to lay down another bunt. Couldn't do it. Fouls it away. So he'll fall behind 0-2.
He squared up on it, but that ball had a little bit of tailspin on it.
Yeah.
Came inside. Hit it just above his hands.
So ramming ahead in the count here, 0-2. That'll miss high and away for ball one. High fly ball. That'll drift out of play down the right field side. Ramming set to deal. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 7 on the afternoon for Brody Ramming. That'll bring up the catcher, number 4. This is Fortner. Fortner settles in. 1 out away here in the 5th. There's that pitch that clips that outside corner for strike 1. And that'll get Fortner on the shoulder. So he'll trot down to first via the hit by pitch. Back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers. Number 3, this will be Abbott. As we got a pinch runner in for Fortner. Number 21 looks like Mullins. And that ball spooled back over behind us out of play. So Abbott will dig back in here. Panthers with a runner over at first, 1 out away here. That one over for the 5-4-3, unable to get the 5-4-3 double play. But they did get the force over at second.
That's good hustle play. He's just a little bit too fast for him.
Yeah.
He was getting it.
Yep.
That was 2 long throws, too.
Well, and probably a lot of the reason Abbott is your leadoff. You know, he's got some wheels.
Yep.
He likes to have speed on the base paths. So that'll bring up 2-hole hitter. This is Goodwin. As his slow roller down the third baseline. Going to be a tough play. Tucker Morris fields it, gets it over to Blankenship in time for the 3rd out of the inning. Good stretch there. Nice play by Morris and Blankenship to get out of the inning. Leopards still lead 3-0. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Antlers, Oklahoma, where we are in the bottom half of the fifth inning now. Leopards still lead 3-0 as the Latta Panthers have made a pitching change. They are now throwing the right-handed freshman. This is Pollard as the catcher, Ty Ferguson, digs in for Lindsey. Swung on, first pitch, high, fly ball out towards right, and that will be caught out there by Price as he's able to track quite a bit of cover, quite a bit of ground out there and pull that one in.
Yeah, if that's a line drive, that's extra bases.
No doubt. Hard hit ball. Again, Ferguson is absolutely knocking the cover off the ball as of late.
Wind is pushing it back in, too.
Yeah, that one definitely helped Price there. But so that'll bring up Tucker Morris, 3-hole hitter for the Leopards, and that'll get him in the left shoulder. So he'll trot down via the hit by pitch. That'll bring up Bo Blankenship. Blankenship settles in. Throw over to first. Pollard to deal. Swung on. Opposite field. Will it get down? Just foul.
About 10 inches.
Absolutely. Every bit of 10 inches. So 0-1 the count here to Blankenship. Morris still hanging out over at first. Pollard to deal. That'll miss outside for ball one. Here comes the 1-1. Morris takes off as Blankenship fouls that one over out of play. The hit and run was on.
Yep. We ran, we just didn't hit.
Yep.
You know, we're talking about Latta early on in the game. You know, you got a freshman pitcher throwing to a freshman catcher.
Yes, sir.
They just reload every year, you know.
Yep.
These young guys are good and great program.
Well, it's one of them situations like you mentioned with Lindsey. You know, a lot of these guys probably for Latta, same story. You know, have played together. You know, since little bit. You know, t-ball days and up through the high school ranks as well. So, a lot of good team chemistry. As Pollard throws back over to first, they got Tucker in a rundown. And they will be able to get Tucker over at first as Pollard made his way over to first to cover. That'll be the second out of the inning. Good move there by Pollard, the freshman.
Yep, they're going to find a way to get you.
Yeah. Yeah, Leopards have been thrown out on the base pass once, or well, now that's the second time. Both attempts trying to steal. Kessler was the first victim. Morris the second. Yep. Pollard's curveball just missed. Blankenship settles back in. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch from Pollard. That'll miss outside for ball 4. As Ramage will stride to the plate. Up next would be Brody Ramming. So we'll have a pinch runner. That'll be
Manuel Aguero.
Manuel Aguero coming in.
Freshman.
So Ramage settles in. Guerrero over at first. Throwback to first. Pollard gets the first strike there on Ramage. Good pitch.
Manuel just about got caught sleeping like Tucker did.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for a freshman, Pollard's got him a pretty good move out there.
What's the catcher? He's gonna throw it over at first baseman this time.
He was thinking it. So 1-1 to count. 2 outs away here. Bottom 5. Leopards still lead 3-0. Ramage digs back in. Throw over to first. Manuel's got to be careful.
You slide no matter what.
Yes. Throw over to first again. I bet Pollard's got his attention now.
Yep.
The 1-1. And that will be the second batter hit by Pollard. As Ramage will take that one off the shoulder. So the two freshmen and Pollard and Fortner will get together out on the bump momentarily. That sends Brody Raming to the plate. Runners at first and second for the Leopards. 2 outs here, bottom 5. Raming digs in. Pitch from Pollard. Swung on, high fly ball out towards center. And that will be caught by the center fielder with a nice diving grab out there to get out of the inning. So the Leopards unable to get anything across there. We'll go to the top half of the 6th. Leopards lead 3-0. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Top half of the 6th inning, set to lead things off here for the Panthers is the right fielder. This is Price. Raming still on the hill for the Leopards. Still hanging on to that 3-0 lead. First pitch there missed outside for ball 1. That'll clip the outside corner for a called strike. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So that ball was in the dirt. 2-2 the count. Comes the 2-2. Misses just low. So Price has worked it to a full count here. As Price calls for time. Payoff pitch. Fouled off the umpire's right shoulder. So Price will see another payoff pitch here. Here's the 3-2. In the dirt for ball 4. So Price will trot down to first for the second time via the walk here this afternoon. That'll bring up cleanup, 4-hole hitter, number 25. This is Smith. So Smith digs in. Price over at first. Top 6. Leopards lead 3-0. So that pitch is high and inside. That'll back him off the plate a bit. Slow roller out towards Ramming. Barehands it. Throws over to first in time. Able to retire Smith. But it does advance Price down to second. It'll bring up 5-hole hitter number 18. This will be Miller.
Yeah, Ramming had to get on that ball and throw a rock at the first to get him. He was making his way down to first in a hurry.
Pitch there from Brody misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Miller. That one swung on. Slow roller over towards second. Able to get Miller for the second out of the inning as Price is now over to third. That'll bring up 6-hole hitter number 22, Littlefield. Littlefield digs in. Good pitch there from Brody Ramming. Hits that outside corner. That pitch fouled over out of play. 0-2 the count. Littlefield digs in. Price down at third. Here comes the 0-2 from Ramming. Ferguson sets up way outside, swung on and missed. Ring him up, set him down. Strikeout number 8 on the afternoon there for Brody Ramming. Leopards get out of the inning there after issuing the leadoff walk. No harm, no foul. Still lead 3-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. We'll get us a quick drink of water. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the sixth inning. Leopards lead 3-0 here. Clayton Sanders set to lead things off for the Leopards. Pollard to deliver. High fly ball out towards short. Third baseman, nope, check that. Short calls for it. Able to make the catch out there to retire Sanders. One pitch, one out for Pollard. That'll bring up the speedster center fielder. This will be Mitchell Henson now. So Henson will dig in. Pollard with the pitch. Good pitch there from the freshman. Called strike one. The 0-1 swung on. Fouled back into the umpire. So quickly, Mitchell behind here, 0-2. Up next will be Daniel Ponce. Little curveball hung there. Long throw. Henson's got a ton of speed. Able to get him there over at first. So 4 pitches, 2 outs here for Pollard. Trying to make a quick inning of it. And here's Daniel Ponce, the senior. That pitch is low and away for ball one. Leopards would like to add a couple of insurance runs just to be safe. Still clinging on to that 3-0 lead here. Pollard to deal. Fouled straight back over the top of us and out of play.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. I'm hoping they let Ramy try to finish out the game.
Yeah.
We got through the meat of their lineup. Should be the bottom half. So
Ponce will dig back in here. 1-1 to count. 2 outs away. Bottom 6. As that one, Ponce never moved. It was actually behind him.
yeah, if he backs out of the way of that one, he backs into it.
Yeah. So 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Daniel.
It's a hanging curveball that's hit a couple of Leopards already.
That one spooled down the right side and out of play. Ponce showing bunt, pulls it back. That one's in the dirt. So Ponce has worked it to a 3-2 count.
Great at bat here by Ponce so far.
Ponce will dig back in, pulls the bunt back. There's the pitch, back over to short. Long throw across, able to get Ponce down at first. 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers. We'll go to the top half of the 7th inning here. Leopards lead 7-0. Let's see if Brody will take the bump. We'll take us a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here. Top half of the seventh inning. Leopards lead 3-0 as Caleb Ince will come in to try to get the save here. Clayton Sanders will now be behind home plate. Left field will now be Ty Ferguson. So that first pitch there to Stewart is swung on and missed. Brody Moramming will move over to second. Ramage will now reside out in right field. 0-1 the count here to Stewart. 7, 8, 9 hitters are due here for the Panthers. As Ince misses low there. 1-1 the count. Blooper over towards Ramming there at second. Scoops it up, throws over to first, and gets Stewart. So 1 out away here. Leopards 2 outs away here from the shutout. As the new 8-hole hitter will be number 7. This will be Boynton. Want to know the count here to Boynton. Pitch called strike. So 1-1 the count. Boynton will settle back in. Ince with the pitch. Swung on. Over to Morris at third. Scoops it. The throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. 1 out away here from the shutout. That'll bring up the freshman catcher, number 4. This is Fortner. Panthers down to their final out here. Ince to deal. Just misses low there for ball 1. Want to know the count. That one, slow roller. Ince scoops it. Throw over to first in time. 1-2-3 inning for the Leopards. Caleb Ince will earn the save here. The win will go to Brody Ramming. Leopards knock off the Latta Panthers by a final of 3-0 and finish this Broken Bow tournament with a 2-1 record as they knock off the Keene Texas Chargers Monday, then lose a 1-run game by a score of 9-8 last night in Idabel to the Eufaula Ironheads, and then turn around today and get a 3-0 shutout over the Latta Panthers. So, all in all, Eric, pretty good week here for the Leopards. You go 2-1. Obviously, you would like that 3-0 mark, but sometimes that's just not the way it shakes out.
Yeah, and we had the game in hand last night, and then we let it get away from us, and we get back a lead there late in the game, and then it just slipped away from us. And you hate to lose those close games, but
yeah,
that's just how the ball bounces sometimes. And
yeah, no doubt.
To go 2-1, just lose that one game by one run. That's not a bad weekend for this tournament, especially.
No, you'll take it, and especially to get a 3-0 shutout over a team like the Latta Panthers. That's a darn good baseball team over there. Obviously got some freshmen on that squad. As the gentleman over to my left here from Latta, he was telling me they have a few freshmen out there. So that's a good win for the Leopards. And again, you finish the week 2-1, and yeah, I mean, you hate to lose that 1-run game last night, but hey, that's baseball. That's just the way it shakes out sometimes. So with all that being said, stick around. We're going to have us a quick interview here. I think we're going to try to get Coach Edwards, maybe a handful of players or something, talk to those guys before we make the long trip back to Lindsay. So Leopards finish the week 2-1, get the win here by 3-0. Don't go away. We got some interviews coming up next. You've been watching Leopard Baseball live on the Leopard Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Antlers, Oklahoma, where we got Bo Blankenship alongside Brody Ramming. And fellas, bear with me on this win, boy. It's a little bit rough, but talk about first of all, just talk about the week in general, man. What it was like. You come out here, you go 2-1. You obviously lose that close one last night to Eufaula, but bounce back here really, really well today. Get the 3-0. You pitch, one heck of a ball game, Bo. Out there at first, man, there was a couple of times you had to stretch, make some nice plays, and able to get the job done.
Yeah.
Needed some big outs. So, Brody, I'll start with you, man. How'd it feel out there on the hill today?
Felt good today. Felt really good.
Felt good. As far as, look back on Monday, you go up against Keene, Texas, and able to get the job done there, run rule fashion. And just to come out and obviously you'd like to have that 3-0, record, but it is what it is. You understand that. It's baseball. That's the way things work. So just talk about, how everything felt and just how you found your rhythm early on in this one and never really looked back.
I'm honestly not sure. It's been I've been all over the place all year, and then I just felt good today. So
Yeah, no, Bo, let's talk about you out there at first, man.
Yeah.
Like we said, able to stretch and make a few plays here and there.
Yeah.
There were some throws that were not necessarily bad throws, but were a little bit low, and you, like always, man, able to dig them out and make some plays there when they were needed. Just talk a little bit about that and how everything felt throughout the week for you.
Oh, I was feeling it today. I felt like nothing could get by me. Played a little rough yesterday, but it was nice to bounce back and get a good win today.
Yeah, and we talked about you there in the pregame, with this short right field here, and
Yeah.
you being the lefty, we thought you might be able to connect on one. Just never really got your pitch,
No.
to put one in play out there that deep. But hey, man, great job over there at first as always, man. You're
Thank you.
like a wall over there, big guy. So good job for you, Brody. You pitched one heck of a ball game, man. You'll take the 2-1 record, move on. Get ready to take the long trip back home and get ready to go next week, right?
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, congrats on the win, and we'll catch you guys down the road.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, here one last time from Antlers, Oklahoma, where we got Coach Dan Edwards here. And Coach, pretty successful week. You start things off via the run rule. They're against Keene, Texas, 11-1 on Monday. Went back and forth last night there with Eufaula there in Idabel. End up losing a thriller, what turned into a thriller. You had a 3-0 lead there for a while. Ended up going down 7-3. Eventually come back, knotted up at 8 apiece. Lose it in walk-off fashion there. But just talk about the week, man, and what this experience is like for you as a coach and a mentor to these young ones, and just what you go through during a week like this.
Yeah, it's just, at this point, basketball season was really successful, and so we're getting a little bit of a later start than what we're used to. I think if we went by the schedule, I think this would be game 9,
Uh-huh.
and instead it's game 4. So, there's just seems like we're a little bit inconsistent right now. About every game we played so far, we've been really good in the first inning. I think we've scored 3 runs or more maybe in every game so far in the first inning. And then, just kind of trying to maintain that throughout the game and be a little more consistent on offense, not just relying on that big 3-run inning or, coming back in the 6th or so. That makes it stressful for me. I would prefer, 1 or 2 every inning and score throughout the game. But,
Right.
the hitting usually is the last thing to come
Uh-huh.
as far as, pitching and defense, those things you can typically be pretty decent at. The hitting is usually the last thing to come because it's a lot of timing. And so once these guys get their timing down, I think maybe we'll see a little bit more of that. So,
Yeah. Well, and yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Basketball had a good run. They get into the state tournament, and so that kind of sets you guys back behind schedule just a few days, and like you said, I believe you're right. It would be like game 8 or 9 that's what this should be. But that's just, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But you come out here, you end up going 2-1 on the week. You'll take that moving forward. Talk about Brody out there on the mound. I asked him, he said, man, he said, I really didn't know what to expect, but he said something clicked. It felt good. Brody pitched a good game. You give him that 3-0 cushion. And then you also got to credit Lamac. I mean, once he gave up those 3 he came back out, really started to find his rhythm, and then kind of made things difficult on you guys moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys, they play a lot of baseball in Latta, and those guys all know how to play, whether they, have the best arms or whatever it is, but they know how to pitch and they know how to get outs. They move the ball around and make it tough on us. And you have to be able to try to, find the weak spots, just like anything else. Try to find the weak spots or the weak pitch or you got to look to one spot of the plate, one location, and then get ready to hit that one. Just can't miss whenever it shows up because they may not give you another one. So you got to be ready to hit the pitch that you want to hit when it shows up. But, Brody, I thought Brody pitched really well. He's been working in the offseason, bullpens and things. And last year, not that he didn't pitch good last year, but he would get to about the 4th inning, it seemed like, and then have a little adversity, and today he battled right through it. Even that 1st inning had a little adversity, battled through it, and his stamina was good. He's in really good shape. Obviously, he's a good athlete, so being able to push to the 5th, 6th inning is a big deal for him. So that was really good to see. I thought he threw the ball really well.
Yeah, he did. You're right. He found himself in a jam there. That top half of the 1st inning, nobody out, runners at 2nd and 3rd, and we're thinking, he might it might be a quick outing here, but able to pitch himself out of that jam, get a couple of strikeouts, and then your fielders, they did a good job backing him up, and once he got past that, Coach, it was just like it smoothed out for him. He really took off and found his stride. Was able to move on and did a great job out there. Bats kind of came alive. Bats were, they were a little bit slow to get started, but once they did, man, it wasn't necessarily power, but it was the small ball, and that was enough. You get that 3-run lead, and Leopards never really look back. So you'll take it. A 2-1 week, man. Moving forward, what do we got? What do we got on tap moving forward?
Yeah, these the Monday, Tuesday we open up district play. We got Davis on Monday at Davis on Monday, and then we come back play them at home on Tuesday, and then we go to the AMPO tournament at the end of next week, and it's a bunch of teams, similar to Latta that play fall and spring baseball, and they played twice as many games as our guys have, and they know how to play, and so it puts us in a position where we have to. They're going to put us in some positions we may not be comfortable with. They like to put pressure on you and bunt and do some things on the bases that, maybe we don't see as much with some of the bigger schools. So, I like playing those schools. That's the school that I grew up with, and played it. That's how we were. So, it's good. Kind of not really a change of pace, but it is a little bit because they kind of throw some different things at you that maybe we don't normally see.
Right.
So it's a pretty good test for us, and open up district play on Monday and Tuesday, like I said. So we'll see. We need to come out of those 2-0 and get ready for that tournament. And tournament's also good because it gives us a chance to use some guys on the mound. Yes. That maybe are not going to pitch in district games, see what they can do. Brody Klein, for instance, on Monday threw the ball, I thought, pretty decent. Behind in the count a little bit too much, but, he battled through it. It's kind of the same way we were talking about with just something we talk about a lot as a team is just, whenever things go bad, what's your response to that? And so it's always interesting to me to see how we respond, whether it be the individual, if you're the pitcher, or just the team as a whole. So those it's good for those guys to get put in those positions and see what their response is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, Coach, hey, I'll let you get out of here. It's a long road back to Lindsay, America. Yeah. Congrats, 2-1 on the week, man. Safe travels back home, and looking forward to Monday, Coach.
All right.
Thanks for jumping on with us, man.
Appreciate you guys making the trip.
Yep, you bet. And, hey, that'll do it for us. It's been a long week. It's been a long road trip, but we enjoy it, man. Leopards go 2-1 on the week. We're going to tear everything down, and we're going to hit the road ourselves. So thank you, everybody out there, for tuning in. We'll catch you guys Monday.